Alright, hey guys, welcome back. I think the last time I recorded was in Mount Hyjal, if I'm remembering right. Well, a lot's happened since then. I was right on the verge of 82 when I last recorded, so I didn't see a point of really making a woo 82 video, because, I mean, you pretty much saw me at 82. Or 83, rather. But yeah, I'm 83 now. About a little bit in. It's been a few days. My internet's been being fucking retarded. By the time you see this, my internet will probably be fine, but the past couple days have been just absolutely just wanted to punch my internet company. But besides that, game stuff, that's why you come here, I suppose. I mean, it's not for me. So far, did Mount Hyjal, went to, I think it's called Deep Home. Had a good time there. Pretty awesome. I mean, I'm reading all the quests and getting all the lore down, finding out what's happening, basically, in Deep Home. I recapped what happened in Mount Hyjal. Gods are dying, Twilight Hammer's trying to replace them, it looks like, with false gods, as it were. And Deep Home is where Deathwing kind of blew up the fucking barrier between the Earth realm, I guess it's called. They weren't too very clear on it, I guess. Or maybe it's just I was too aggravated with my internet at the time, but from what I got, it seems like the Earth realm and Earth, like Azeroth, are coming together in a massive collide, and that's what the Maelstrom's about, and we've got to fix it. I got, basically what you're doing down there is getting pieces of the, oh, I forget what it's called. It's basically a barrier that's holding up the World Pillar, I think it's called. And I got 2 pieces, and then I got 83, and I was just like, well, I want to continue the story, but I want to level 2, so I moved on out of there. Now we're here. Not really a lot important seems to be going on here so far. I'm sure in the next video I'll have something more interesting to update with that, but what seems to be going on here is, well, we ran into Harrison Jones again. I'll show you guys him while I'm talking. I'll jump too soon. When we first get here in Oldham, you're kind of captured by these little grunty things, and they give you over to some other people. You run into a genie and basically break free. Harrison Jones here, of course, reference to, well, if you don't know, then I'm not going to tell you. You need to go watch Indiana Jones. What else? Well, beautiful place, as you can see. Not really a lot to say right now. My guildmaster, GM, basically said that if you can go through this entire zone without humming the Indiana Jones theme song once, then, you know, there's pretty much something wrong with you. And I've already done it, so, because, well, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but here, I'll show you something. I don't know if it's phased, because almost everything seems to be being phased here recently. All I want to say is that right here, right in this area, used to be, you know, a cart and a little gathering of things. I don't want to say what they were. I want you guys to experience it. But, yeah. You start out over there and somehow end over here. And somehow this little guy gets involved. I don't think he's ever going to disappear. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. It's pretty good so far. My favorite, I would have to say, out of all I've played so far, would definitely be Hyjal. I'm a lore kind of guy, and I enjoy the lore, especially the old lore. Like, the stuff that's happening now in the game is interesting, but to me, the more interesting stuff is kind of the stuff that's already happened, like the War of the Ancients and that stuff. So I'm really hoping that we get a Caverns of Time type-esque thing going on there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Fuck it, let's kill him. And I think I'm just going to give you guys a few minutes of video, just of maybe me talking a little bit. What? I'm sorry, I'm just reading my guild chat. Not really sure what the fuck's going on. So yeah, I'm in... Oh, and by the way, anybody who's looking to try a caster class and didn't really like mages or something, because I tried mages and didn't work out for me, I can highly recommend the Warlock class. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I'm having the time of my life. I don't even know what else to say besides that. It's pretty fun. I enjoy it. I'm thinking about making some Midsummer's videos. Somebody just reminded me of that in there. I don't even know. I mean, how long is it going on? It starts there, ends in about a little bit under 2 weeks. I'll probably be 85 by then, but I'll be mostly gearing and leveling my gathering professions for the most part on that. We'll see if I can squeeze in some videos about that. I'll try and release these videos either tonight or tomorrow night, whenever I just go to sleep next. The past couple nights I've been meaning to upload them, but I'm like, no, it'll interrupt my Netflix. And I'm like, oh, that's just mean. Da, 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 da. Sorry, even when I'm not even doing something cool, this whole zone just makes me go into full Indiana Jones. Because, well, I was raised on those movies. Well, not really raised, but I saw those movies like 5 times when I was a kid. The original trilogy, Raiders of the Lost Ark, fuck, Temple of Doom, eating chilled monkey brains, that kind of shit. And that was considered hardcore back when I was younger. Now it's just like, ooh, that's kind of stupid. But yeah, I go all over when I talk, don't I? But the reason I think I'm enjoying the Warlock so much is if somebody annoys me, I can just drop this and run away. Here, I'll show you. And it's basically... Here, watch. This right here, what I'm doing is called Life Tap. If you look up there, it's showing how much mana I'm getting. And I only have 40,000 mana. And you can't even kill yourself with this. It just fizzles. Where you see that fizzled. Now, and then I don't even need a priest. Whoop. You know, just do that twice and I'm good. Worst thing comes to worse, I've got Sacrifice on my Voidwalker over here. Instantly gives me, I think it's like a 4,000, 5,000 barrier. Oh, hey, that will absorb 8,944 damage for 30 seconds. Some of my friends who used to be, or have been Warlocks for a while, say that that used to sacrifice the Voidwalker in order to do it, the same thing. But now it just takes some of his health and gives it to you, essentially, as a shield. So yeah, pretty cool. Basically, it's like the fuck you class, is what I'm seeing so far. Like, we're not terribly OP'd when it comes to DPS, but if I'm in a dungeon with people my level, or actually I've even seen some mages, but I don't even think that mage knew what he was doing. But I was in a dungeon with a 84 mage, and he was like putting out half my DPS. And I know a lot of people don't really care about DPS for the class, but one of the biggest things that people say when they say, oh, I don't care about my DPS, I'm just here to have fun. Well, that's part of the fun for me, is out DPSing other people. Just like, it's not mean-spirited meant at all. Like, if I do better than somebody, I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm amazing. But I'm not thinking, hell yeah, I'm amazing, and those guys suck. It's just that it makes me happy with myself. Now, how the fuck did we get on this? Talking about why I enjoy a Warlock, I think, is why. And the reason is it just seems like, at least with the rotation I use, that people your level who aren't using boa gear, because, well, if you're not using boa gear and somebody else is, you're just not going to out DPS them. But people who are my level, not wearing boa gear, I always out DPS them. There's the only time I'm ever like out DPS'd in an entire dungeon, like overall dungeon, is with hunters who know what they're doing. And that's usually because the majority of a dungeon is just trash, and the appropriate hunters are fucking trash killers. There's some hunters I've known that can trash kill and boss kill, but I've not really seen a hunter who's my level, geared about the same as me, and can out DPS me on a boss. I've not seen anybody who really out DPSs warlocks on bosses, because we've got our Bane of Doom and Corruption. This is for Destro lock anyways. Bane of Doom Corruption is great. I start out with Soulfire because it gives this buff, I forget what the buff's called, but it gives a buff that basically makes all your fire spells and possibly, well here, let's find out. Come here, little kitty. Cast Soulfire on you. You're a doggy, not a kitty. Here it is. Improved Soulfire. Shadow and fire damage increased by 8%. Now, when you first get this buff, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal because you're not doing that much damage. But when you get to this level, it'll make you crit, and you'll crit for like 20,000 damage. It's ridiculous. And this is another thing I like with Cataclysm. You get quests that just pop down, and you're like, oh hey, I don't even have to go turn that in. It's really nice. There's a few dungeon quests that are like that. Speaking of dungeons, we can just make this a nice little update, can't we? I've done Blackrock Caverns and the Stone Core. Out of the two, Blackrock Caverns is my favorite, and I've got to say I think Blackrock Caverns is my favorite dungeon so far. With my guild on Agamagon, you know, just Jesse and me and Brian and Max, soon to possibly be another person. I won't say their name yet because we don't know, and I don't even know if the person wants their name known. But we've been doing guild runs to get the give me a second and I can tell you what it's called. Classic, fuck it, just use this. Classic Dungeon Master. We've got everything so far. The only thing we're missing is Sunken Temple, Lower Blackrock Spire, and Ragefire Chasm. We're not going to get Ragefire Chasm until we can fly, because Ragefire Chasm is in Ogrimmar. At least that's what one of my friends is saying. I've never really physically been to Ragefire, so that makes sense because I've been physically to a few dungeons that are, well, at least in Alliance areas, because I'm not really a Horde character. What were we doing? Oh yes, killing... no? Scorpids. We're draining Scorpids. That's a quest out there. Let's turn in the Harrison Jones quest. But yeah, so we're pretty much doing that. So, and out of the classic dungeons, out of the few Burning Crusade and Wattle dungeons I've done, I've got to say that Blackrock Caverns is my favorite dungeon ever so far. I've not completed all dungeons, so I can't say that out of every single dungeon it's my favorite, but of all the ones I've done, definitely the best, because a lot of people will probably say it's gimmicky or whatever, but there's just so many things that require like teamwork. One I'm thinking of is just Tank needs to know what he's doing and everybody else just needs to know where to stand. And then there's another one where the tank's just got to hold the big person's aggro, and then everybody else needs to learn how to like stand in the right spot for the right amount of time and know when to shift out and give other people a chance to jump in. And then there's, oh god, there's other ones where we have kill orders, you know, you've got to do it right. And then there's other ways. It's just, it's a great dungeon. It's I think the thing that made the dungeon the best for me, I ran Stone Core with some guildies, so you know, it was a good atmosphere, it felt good, but the thing that made Stone Core the best for me was my tank in that particular dungeon didn't know the dungeon either, and neither did I. It was my first time, so it was just me and him when we were kind of on an adventure. Every time something bad would happen, we'd both be like, oh god. It's just moments like that that make dungeons for me, you know. The community of learning and kicking shit apart, just tearing things apart is fun. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. That's a good few minutes of video for y'all. Miss me, don't you? Yeah, so hopefully you'll tune in, keep watching my videos. Just a quick side update outside of WoW stuff. I've downloaded Dragon Age Origins, so expect to see some videos on that soon. I'm thinking about making a Archer, because one of my friends basically said I'm having a blast playing an Archer. So you should definitely do this. And I was just like, I'll try it. So keep an eye out for that. Redoing my Mirror's Edge Let's Play simply because the audio wasn't good enough. I'm hoping to get Pathfinder back in on that, and maybe we can get an actual setup where he can watch and I can play at the same time, because I'm better at running commentary than after the thing commentary. I don't know if you guys could tell that, but it was really awkward for me. I don't know how he was doing. I mean, once we got into it, it was good, but starting out that kind of commentary is just weird for me. Whereas when I start playing a game, I just forget that I'm commentating a lot of the time. So yeah, that covers Mirror's Edge. The Witcher, I'm going to download it soon and check out to see if it's what's the word I'm looking for? Check to see if it was cloud enabled, if it's got Steam Cloud. I'm hoping it does, because I put a few hours into that game and I really don't want to have to restart it. But if I do, what I'll do is I'll put it on easy, get all the way up to the part where where you guys were, and switch the difficulty if you can do that. If you can't, then I'll just play it on hard. But yeah. See, that's The Witcher, Mirror's Edge, Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age 2 I'll probably pick up after I finish Dragon Age Origins and Awakening and The Witch Hunt, so that'll probably be a year before I play that again. Mass Effect 2, if I didn't get too far in that, so I'll have no problem like replaying that and getting it going again. It's just the will to do it. I'm thinking about like consolidating and starting to focus on games, not spread out so much like I was before. I thought I could do it spread out so I could just, you know, like play whatever game catches my fancy. But what it ended up doing is I spread out to all the games I enjoyed playing at the time, and then I was just like, I don't even feel like recording right now, but I want to play that game, but I can't. So it just made me mad at recording. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on a game at a time now, I think. So, yeah, for now that's WoW. I'm enjoying the hell out of WoW, so naturally it's going to be WoW for now. Soon I'm imagining Dragon Age Origins, maybe The Witcher, maybe Mirror's Edge. I'm thinking possibly, almost definitely Mirror's Edge, actually. Because Mirror's Edge isn't that long of a game, so I can plunk through it, and then we can be all buddies, and you can be like, woo, I got another game done. And this has gone on much longer than I wanted it to. So thanks for watching. Please tune in to the next one. Hope you guys have fun.